We all know that China targets certain industries. They've done it with the pharmaceuticals. They've done it in a whole host of other products and issues that they would like to control the flow of money and the flow of research.
There's no doubt that the growing aggression of the Chinese Communist Party poses a generational threat to the United States. From using a spy balloon to surveil some of America's most sensitive military sites, to their theft of upwards of $600 billion of American IP every year, much of which goes into their military, to their continued military aggression and expansion in the Indo-Pacific. And now CIA Director Burns has recently stated U.S. intelligence has reason to believe China is considering sending weapons, lethal weapons, to Russia. All this ahead of the upcoming meeting between Chairman Xi and Putin next week, where they will surely strengthen their unholy alliance.
Ranking Member Meeks, distinguished members of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, thank you for this opportunity to testify before.
My question to both of you is, what is the precise nature of the CCP's support to Russia in this conflict, and what is State and BIS doing about it? And secondly, what actions would deter the PRC from providing these lethal weapons?
Thank you for your questions. Mr. Chairman, as you indicated, the Secretary made very clear in Munich in his meeting with Director Wang Yi the consequences and the implications if China were to provide lethal support to the Russian military for use in its barbaric invasion of Ukraine. The Secretary has also noted publicly that in many ways China has been supporting Russia's war in Ukraine from the beginning through its dissemination of Russian propaganda and its own use of disinformation to support Russia's war there and to blame inappropriately the war on the West, the United States, and NATO. We've seen China stepping up its economic engagement and purchases from Russia. And then also, Mr. Chairman, you recognize some of the countries that some of the entities, rather, PRC entities we put on the entities list for providing the assistance that they did to Russia, including one firm, Space City, that was providing satellite imagery to the Wagner Group. So we've made very clear that we will not hesitate to take steps to hold to account PRC entities that assist Russia.
Mr. Estevez, do you have any comments on the 7 companies?
Yeah, it's actually 12 companies.
Now it's 12.
Yeah, we had some back in December that we also put on,
Okay.
plus one that was supplying parts to the Iranian drone program, so 13 if you count that one. And we've made clear, as my colleague just said, that we will not hesitate to put companies on the entity list as soon as we see our factual data that they are supplying Russia. And we're looking across all third parties, but especially China in that regard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just say quickly that while I do not oppose the UC,